I'm not sure today's date 47 or 8, but I'm gonna edit later if it's wrong. Okay, finally my violin varnish work done. So I got my violin back today. And I will practice the violin and kind of do the meditation with violin. So I try to calm myself by playing violin. Okay. Today lots of noise in my head somehow. So I need some meditation. So yay, my violin. So shiny, right? Hi Panther Pan, long time no see. Um, in your music, if you use index finger a lot, if you shift with index finger a lot, if you drop your index finger a lot, if you play the notes with index finger a lot, of course that will have more callus. But if you play more with ring finger, then probably your ring finger has more. It depends what finger you use more. Thank you, Pepe Pan, because you know my, I could say, loyal subscribers, you guys are stick here with me, so some other people comes gather into this channel too, thanks to you all, of course. I've been doing well. It was a winter break, and yesterday school semester started, so crazy busy again. Every day is the same question. What do I have to do today, and what should I eat today? Oh, maybe I eat this today. And of course, practice. What should I practice? It's not intentionally bend my wrist, but if wrist is relaxed, then bow is heavy, right? So it's dangling into the hand. That much could be bent at the frog. Because when we play up bow, elbow bring the hand up, push up, and the down bow is going down. So you know, when just that much of that elbow bring the bow and hand up, hand follow up, that much could be bent, but it's not trying to intentionally bend my wrist. It's just naturally when it's relaxed, just pulled by elbow. Just, okay, relax. Then this much could be bend and then come back when we play the down bow. Hi, Uva. Bow goes to the string. Bow touch the string completely. And we can adjust how much hair by angle. How much hair touch the string. Shoulder lift? Of course, the shoulder shouldn't be lifted. Shoulder is always down. And when we play the up bow is really easy to lift our shoulder together. So we just have to recognize it more, perceive shoulder, not to lift it up when we play up bow. So that's important. Hi, Shirley. Double stops, very basic. When I start to double stop, I didn't know this book before, but kind of did the same thing in this book. Play the notes with open string. For example, you can play the notes on the A string and play with the D string. So on D and A string, fingers drop on only A string, and A and E string. And then with E string. So this kind of exercise I started with for double stop. And then, the car flash, the scale. So this, and then move on to play 2 notes on the both strings at the same time. And actually this book has that everything there, so I really like this book to start double stop exercise. The resonance, we can use the resonance without tuner or without piano. Of course, it's possible. Basically, you just remember the tune. And then if you're not a perfect pitch. I'm not perfect pitch as well. And tune the violin every day a lot, then at some point, A sounds weird. Sounds not right. And when you play, if you want to know it's out of tune, open string is already tuned, right? Then especially the notes you have open string, G, D, A, E, those notes, if it's in tune, it's beautifully resonant, like vibrate a lot. But if it's out of tune, it doesn't really ringing at all because of the science word resonance. It doesn't resonate when it's out of tune. So that's one way we can tell it's in tune or out of tune. So for example, play D on A string. If it's out of tune, then this much resonating, but if I make it in tune, you can hear ringing more. But if it's out of tune, doesn't ringing as it when it's in tune. So that's the one way we can tell. Or you can just play with the open string, the other open string next to. So listen to the double stop harmony. Then it's obvious if I'm playing in tune or out of tune. It depends on the music context. I say that a lot. If it's more like bright and like bouncy bow technique, you think it needed for that, then of course make it bounced off. But if it's more like a little bit melodic staccato, then you want more like brushy feeling staccato or more heavy staccato. If you're not sure, then of course listen to the recordings and how people play. Check out. Is your leg hurt? It's just by standing longer because it hurts? I mean, it's hurt because you stand longer or some other problem? You can study tuning. Mm, mm, after how the note is tuned, both. When you tune your violin, your ear can train. You can train your ear, and over time, you can tell. But of course, when you can study tuning, and of course, while you're tuning, you're trying to know the note is tuned, so your ear is trained. When you use the tuner, just visually check, oh, it's in tune, then don't. No, it's not. Tune and listen. Thank you, Shirley. I'm trying to memorize the parts and dynamics expression too. I mean, when I play that, I kind of forget, oh, what was the dynamics? Was it crescendo or decrescendo? That's what I'm working on right now. Hi, Chris. This is my violin. My friend Paolo lends me his violin very kindly while my violin get a varnish is done. So my violin is new look, better look now. It's not new one, my violin. This is my violin. The one I've been using since like almost a month now is from my friend's violin. How to lose the shame of playing for 5 people? Doesn't matter how many people. It doesn't really matter, right? In front of like one person or 100 people. It's just stage fright, or like awkward feeling on stage is just doesn't go away right away. Well, I'm working on it too. Always. Always. I think when you have like full of confidence and then like perfectly know the piece very well, like soul level, I think at that moment you kind of forget stage fright or feeling awkward. Thank you, Shirley. I'm trying make this melody warm. I like this shoulder rest a lot. I've been trying other like shoulder rest a lot. And this is, I would say, not completely comfortable shoulder rest, but relatively the most comfy one for me, personally think. And resonate the violin sound very nicely too, because shoulder rest, what kind of the material and then how does it look, decide it affect to the violin sound as well. And when I use a plastic one, it affects to my violin sound. And then this one is a wood and then very light. So I like this combination for my violin sound, and then also like relatively comfy one. So I love this the most so far. Second one is, yes, softer. Yeah, I'm working on it. Thank you, Shirley. I appreciate it. put on the right side of the violin, right here? No, not okay. Middle is fine. No, it's not okay. Oh, I appreciate it, Chris. Enjoy. Happy practicing. Hi, Erin. I'm good. Yep, happy. I mean, my friend's violin is good too, but just, you know, we always prefer what we feel familiar. Of course, violin will be moved. Of course, we, you know, scientific perspective, we put some force on it. So of course it will move together. But if it's, but try to minimize that the degree of movement. Of course, we don't want to like move crazy, but try to minimize the shaking degree. Hi, Baron. Good to see you. Welcome back, Erin. Yeah. Before there was no like shiny thing at all, so the color looks different, right? Instead of just bring the violin neck up, I'm thinking open up my body, whole thing. So probably it looks my violin neck up, because G string is kind of help to put down right here, and then E string is kind of open up my chest. Yeah, I don't lift my violin neck. So it's from here, like center of the body. I can feel you're excited about that. Great. I'm happy for you, Shirley. A lot of hair falls out of your bow. Just rehair bow or change your bow. If your bow is kind of like 60 or 70 US dollars, then just get a new bow, similar price. But if you have some like a little bit, your bow has some like price, a little bit pricey, then rehair bow, of course. Smell? I don't smell anything. Erin, you're so humorous. I'm not ready yet. I'm memorizing second movement right now and practicing third movement and memorize, of course. Well, I hope I can be fully ready by at the end of February though. So practice harder. Wherever you feel comfortable. I like to put my feet nice distance from each other and yeah, nice straight. But legs, like knees, can be moved. Yeah, doesn't need to like all the way like straight. It's kind of, it's not good for knees. So a little bit just nice standing. Oh, really? Oh, you're not joking, huh? Yeah, that specific smell, I know, right? Oh my gosh, you just spoke in Korean? Did you write, type, or Google Translate? Add oil, Erin. Oh, of course, Bino, yes. When focus too much, sometimes like, drool the saliva or, sweat a lot, crazy. Of course. It's a lot of, physical movement. Sweat a lot, yes. And for me, I get thirsty so much inside of my throat when I play. Whenever I feel tired and when my brain stuck some parts, then I stop, take a break. And when I feel some like pain or tension, then I stop right away. Oh, every even 3 minutes. Take a break every 20 minutes is actually a lot. Yeah. Google Translate. It's a good world. Translate is, Google Translate is great. I think I take a break even like every 5 minutes. Even the short amount of the break, just put down the violin. This is a rest for the body. So I used to use my phone a lot. So like practice, look at Facebook page, and then practice, and then Instagram, and then and practice, and then watch the TV show, and then pause, practice, and then play. Practice, and then pause. Yeah, so I watched all the TV shows, like using all that small breaks. Maybe it's an excuse. Oh, to take a break, you know? Oh, when I practice by myself, I still take take a break. Can the ear play on the violin? What does that mean? Ear play on the violin? Ear? What does that mean, ear play the violin? Listen a tune without notes? Listen a tune without notes? Then play by ear? Ear play? I don't know what that means. Ear play? We have to listen all the time because it's about sound, the art, the oral sense art. You mean like playing like a game for the perfect pitch or something? Ah, I see. Yeah, I know. Yeah, before. Yeah, I know some people play like that. But in classical music, it's kind of, how could I say? There must be their limitation. Play by ear. Oh, play by ear. Oh, I got it now. I know what you meant. That means that person has to fully depend on memory. For classical music, we do not recommend to do that. I mean, it's a good talent to have, but that means just play by memory. That means there is a possibility that it's not accurate 100%. The more music gets complicated, that means it will take longer time to learn the piece. Yeah, classical music, it's kind of, I mean, it works for Twinkle Twinkle Little Star or some like is easy pieces. Yes, but the more music gets complicated and then like so much longer, like for example, orchestra piece, you know, playing the violin doesn't mean that only solo works are so long, and also like orchestra pieces, some opera pieces like 4 hours long. There are some like 4 hours long, you know, works, and how those people can, you know, play all that like 2 to 3 hours long music. So in classical music is kind of not a good thing to do. Well, it's a good talent, but I mean, I want to ask them why you don't want to learn how to read music. Why? You know, for me, it sounds just like an excuse not to learn. I mean, you have that talent already. That's good. And then why don't you learn reading notes as well? It's just like, I know you speak language without knowing the alphabet. Oh yes, you're good listening, you're a good listener, you're a good speaker. But if you don't want to read and write, then definitely you gotta have lots of limitation from that. It's not about personal taste, I think. It's another, well, nobody blames that person not to learn alphabet, but as a teacher, for example, like literature teacher, I'm a literature teacher, then how can I teach, the students who don't know the alphabet? It's the same question. It's just, I don't know, it's a little bit it's just doesn't nonsense question for me. Like, I'm teaching like a Korean language, but that person doesn't, Korean literature, I need to explain about, we are going to learn about novel and, essay. I saw lots of amateur and hobby, like play violin as a hobby, but that doesn't mean that can they not enjoy by learning how to read the notes? Why only should enjoy the violin without knowing how to read notes? Right? It's not about being serious or not. I saw lots of amateur players play the violin for fun, but they don't register, to learn how to read the notes, because they know that makes them enjoy more. Not much work, still not much work. How to read the notes, knowing the notes. How many notes? 7 notes? 7 notes total. I know, of course, they repeat it up and down, but 3 or 4 ranges of the 7 notes. Why to refuse that? It sounds just like a excuse to me. Maybe I'm trying to be mean, but it sounds just like an excuse. Yeah, learn the 5 lines. It's not like big music theory, like big complicated music theory. It's just like not even like full alphabet. How many? 28 alphabets? It's just 7 notes. And then why? Of course, by ear, playing by ear, it's a good talent. Sometimes, even though we know how to read the notes, but sometimes my fingers really don't know where to go. Then I depend on my ear to hit that tune. Yeah, playing the violin is not like, it's not guitar. If it's the same, then they could call it guitar. Why is it violin? Why they have different names? I know, that's why when I have new students, I always have a first meeting to give understanding about violin to my students and parents as well. Right. Exactly, Shirley. Lots of people think like that. So that's why I make a first meeting all the time, every time, and then talk to parents, understand how complicated classical music can be and how much commitment they have to put into. Without commitment, nothing achieve, for a student. So most of them at the beginning just quit, just don't come back to me to get a lesson. Oh, I will learn the violin, and then after first meeting, oh, maybe not. I like that because I don't need those students. I don't want to, consume my energy to convince them how classical music is like, Yeah, I think so. Some people like learning the violin like because guitar and ukulele, people learn a lot, like self-teaching a lot, right? So because it's a string instrument, so they think, oh, okay, I can probably learn violin. So It's just like guitar, I can self-teaching myself, you know. Oh, really? Is she a fiddler? Well, I mean, if she's a fiddler, she try. Of course, she can teach fiddling. But I'm a classical musician, so I teach classical music. Some people ask me like fiddling tune, but no, I cannot teach fiddling. It's just different world. And then I know like great fiddlers, fiddle players. Oh my gosh, they are genius. Sorry, I got a call. Well, not every fiddlers, but I've seen a few like genius. I don't know. Someone is calling me, but I don't know who that is. All right, but anyway, that's fun to talk. Okay, I gotta finish live stream here, and then I'll do some my own works. And happy practicing, everyone. Good to see you, Shirley and Erin here, always, as always. And then other subscribers who stop by here and talk to me. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.